All right, so an integrated marketing campaign, I would say, is a cross-channel marketing strategy that presents a unified message or voice on behalf of the book or the product. So, of course, this can look very different for any author. It can look different by genre, it can look different by demographic that you're trying to reach, area of the country, etc. But essentially, I would say the key is presenting a perspective of the book and not allowing that to get fragmented or segmented or picked apart in various channels or mean something different over here than it means something there. Is having a point of view with that, I would say, is ultimately key. And so there's kind of two sides of the question, I think, when it comes to cross-channel. One, there's retail channels, and I would also say there's marketing channels. And so where authors, I think, can really focus, if they are an existing author or they have a publishing history on the retail side of things, I would begin by looking at where you've found success previously. And so what channels have really succeeded with your products in the past? Make sure you're doubling or tripling down on those while still making room to explore new channels, continue to grow all channels, but you don't want to spend too much time not focusing on the channels that have already won with your product. Now, if you're a new or emerging author, again, this could look different for everyone. I'm not saying this is exactly the case. And in our space, which is mostly my space, Christian nonfiction, in general, you have to deal with, Amazon. You have to deal with the empire. You have to deal with the big behemoth, the 800-pound gorilla. And the great thing is a lot of Americans love that. It's a great customer experience for them. It's fast shipping. They know Amazon. They go to Amazon. It's a very easy ask. It's a low barrier of entry for many Americans because they're used to shopping on that marketplace. So if you're an emerging author, I would say focusing on things like Amazon. Barnes & Noble certainly still has a massive footprint. And then look at some specialty online too. So if you're in the Christian space like we are, christianbook.com is someone that we partner with quite a bit. And of course, don't neglect your indies. Don't neglect certainly your local indies and having a great relationship with them. And then learning the network of independent stores that you can work with. And they're usually very happy to work with authors and excited to work with authors. And then on the marketing side of things, of course, there's various ways that you can go about cross-channel marketing strategy. And really what I think that looks like is, again, providing a consistent vision for the book, right? So that's everything from graphics to videos to treatments. But again, I want to go back to it presents that point of view and that it's not trying to be all things to all people. It's saying this is the core of the book. This is the felt need. These are the problems that I'm helping solve. These are the conversations that I'm entering into. And then presenting that across various channels. That could be everything from e-commerce, that could be podcast and audio, which is huge. That could be, of course, social media. That could be building your email database, etc. And so you've got cross-channel strategy in terms of retail, and then you've got cross-channel strategy as it relates to how do you get your message out to existing audiences, or who already has an audience that you should be speaking to. Could you strike up a partnership and be either interviewed or featured to that audience on their behalf? And so that's sort of how I would start thinking about integrated marketing strategy, if you will, that cross-channel strategy, making sure you have a unified vision for the product, and then taking that into cross-channel retail, taking that into cross-channel marketing with that perspective, and ultimately that book.